Okay, so here's part 2, number 11. Gives me these 2 points. And so remember, we have to find the slope. In fact, let me go to a fresh screen here. Number 11, the 2 points are -3, -3. And, whoops, it's a -6, 2, is that what it was? -6, -2. Okay, so first off, the slope between those, remember you got to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is x1, y1, x2, y2, so y2 minus y1, -3, over x2 minus x1 equals -2 plus 3, right? Double negative plus, double negative plus. What is that? 1 over -3. So then you start the slope formula again, and this time with the blanks in the back. And you grab the first point or the second, doesn't matter, and put them in the back. So I'll put the -3 and the -3, and the slope goes over here. So I get, oh, and I'm going to move that negative to the top. This negative, I'll just move it up to the top. You don't have to, but I think that makes it easier usually. And then put in the y value, this point, -3, -3. And then we diagonal cross multiply, -1 times x plus 3, again, double negative plus, equals 3 times y plus 3. Distribute, bring it over here. We get -x minus 3 is 3y plus 9. Now, how do they want it? They want x's then y's then numbers. So let me jump the y over here and this over here. When things jump to the other side, they change signs. So -3, the -3 becomes +3. So it's minus x minus 3y is 12. That's not here. Look, they're all positive. So how do you deal with that? Well, you just multiply through by a -1. Right, because you're doing the same thing to both sides, so it's okay to do that. That's the same thing. X plus 3y is -12. X plus 3y is -12. There it is. There's the answer. All right, let's try number 12. It gives this stuff right here. So it says 3, -2. Parallel to 5x plus 8y is 9. And so now, first thing is to find the slope. Now, how do we find the slope? You have to get y alone, slope next to x. So if you get y alone, slope's next to x. So take this equation, jump the 5x over, we'll have 8y is -5x plus 9. Divide by 8. There it is. So there's the slope. So now we know our slope is -5/8. So now we write slope equals y minus blank over x minus blank. Grab the x and the y values, put them in. So I'll grab this x, put it in the back of x, this y, put it there, and the slope, put it there. So I get -5/8 equals x minus y minus. I get the x value of 3, the y value of -. Whoops, what am I doing? The y's go on the top. I just reversed that. Try that again. Y is on the top, x is on the bottom. So -2 on the top, 3 on the bottom. There we go. And now we go, what? Diagonal. -5 times x minus 3 is 8 times y plus 2. Distribute. Bring it over here. -5x plus 15 is 8y plus 16. So what do they want? They want x's then y's then numbers. So jump the 8y over, jump the 15 over. -5x minus 8y is -15 plus 16. That's minus 5x minus 8y is 1. Don't want all those negatives, so multiply through by -1, -1, -1. Get 5x plus 8y is -1. Let's go check. 5x plus 8y is -1. There it is, answer A. So right at the end, when we have negatives on this side, we have to multiply through by -1 because their answers don't have negatives, and I'm trying to match it up. So there we go. Okay, number 13, they want h of -2. H of -2 just means plug -2 in right there for x and work it out. So what is that? 4 times 4 minus 3. 16 minus 3, 13. H of -2 is 13. That was easy. Next one wants me to graph this. This is y equals 2x plus 3. How do we graph that? Well, you start with this point up 3 in the center. So go up 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Right there at 3. There's your first dot. And then you do the slope from there. It's 2 over 1, rise over run. So from this dot you go up to 1, 2 over 1. Boom, there's the second dot. And then you just connect the dots. And you've got the line. So we started up 3, then go up 2 over 1, and right up 2 over 1, and get our second dot, and connect the dots. Okay, number 15, p of 6. This just means we plug in 6 for x here and here. So get 6 squared plus 6 plus 3. That's what? 36 plus 6 plus 3. What's that, 45? Okay, next one. Find the domain. Domain means denominator cannot be 0. We don't care about the numerator at all. We just care about the denominator. Say 2x minus 6 denominator cannot be 0. That's a problem. If the bottom of a fraction is 0, that wrecks the fraction. So we don't allow it. We say the denominator cannot equal 0. That's what we do whenever they say domain. Good thing to put in your 3x5 card for the test. So 2x minus 6 cannot be 0. Move the 6 over. 2x cannot be 6. It becomes positive 6 when you jump it to the other side. Divide by 2. X cannot be 3. So x cannot be 3. Anything but 3 is fine. Number 17, what's the domain and the range? The domain is the x. So the domain means how far right, how far left. So the graph goes from here, which is at 1. You can see that. From here to infinity. It goes from 1 to infinity. So the domain is the sideways coverage of the graph from 1 to infinity. So bracket 1 to infinity. Why the bracket? Because it's straight on the 1. You do the bracket when you're straight on the number. Now how about the range? The range is the up and the down. The range is up and down. Well, the bottom is -3. So it's bottom, comma, top. Whereas domain is left, comma, right. So this was the left edge, the right edge for the domain. But the range is bottom, comma, top. So the bottom is -3. We always do the one that's the interval. So, -3 up forever. This graph goes up, 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 and right forever. So it goes up forever. -3 to infinity is the range. You always do the interval notation option, not the other one. We don't want the other one with the curly brackets. Don't do the one with the curly brackets ever. Do the interval notation button, and write in the answer that way. Okay, so here in number 18, basically this is y equals 7 when x, so y is 7 when x less than -2. So on a graph, do it right here. So here's -1, -2. So y is at a height, well, I'm running out of room here. Let me move it down here. So at -1, -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why is it a height of 7? 7 when for less than negative, that'd be an open dot at -2, less than, not less than or equal to. So y is 4 when x is greater than or equal to -2. Why is it a height of 1, 2, 3, 4 right here? Great solid dot greater than or equal to -2. So which one looks like that? Looks like D. So number 19, we have y equals negative x plus 4 squared. What's that look like? Well, remember this means left 4, and this means the graph goes down. So you move the U shape. The normal U shape is centered at the origin going up like that, but it's going to move left 4 and go down. So which one's been this one? It's been moved left 4 and it's going down, D. So number 20, this means right. Remember, x is always opposite, so negative is right, 2. The numbers outside are up and down, up 2. So we take a V shape, we move right, so the normal V shape is in the center, and we're supposed to move right 2 and up 2. So there's where it is. And then what's that negative mean? The graph goes down. It flips it down. So right 2, up 2, flipped down, looks like D. Right 2, up 2, flipped down.